Hey, what's up, Divine Ones? Do you like this show and you want to make your own? Well, let me tell you a little bit about Anchor. It's absolutely free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Now you can even add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are endless for what you can create. Whether it's music analysis, your own radio show, or something the world's never heard before. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey, what's up, Divine Ones? It's Latoya Okia. Welcome back to another episode of the Divine Destiny with Latoya podcast. I am your host. I love when I say that. I am your host. I always wanted to say that, so it's just amazing that I'm able to say that. Y'all excuse me, but I am your host, Latoya Okia, and welcome, like I said, to the Divine Destiny with Latoya podcast. On this episode, y'all, I was just sitting here talking to God, right? And I just wanted to invite y'all in on my conversation that I was having with God, because I have these type of conversations with him all the time. This is what prayer is for me. I just talk to God all day long, just like I'm talking to y'all, just like I'm having a conversation with anybody. And so just in one of my many conversations with God, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I need to be recording this. This is some good stuff. I need to be putting this on the podcast. So yeah, I ain't want to come on camera, y'all. I ain't want to come on camera because I ain't want them to get me because I got my bonnet on. I ain't want Monique to come at me or none of the other folks to come at me because I had my bonnet on. So y'all know how it is, baby. It's raining. You know you have your bonnet on. Y'all know we put that Walmart gown on. We ain't going nowhere. Got that Walmart gown and that bonnet on. You ain't going nowhere, baby. So even though I'm looking like somebody grandma right now, baby, I had to come on the podcast and give y'all a little something, okay? Give y'all a little something. Now, this is going to be for my ladies, okay? Men, y'all don't have to leave. To my kings, y'all don't have to leave. If y'all still want to, listen in, that's all right. That's all right. It's some nuggets in here that the men can apply to their life too, okay? And y'all know I love my kings and my queens. I make content for everybody. I don't just speak to the women. I speak to the men and the women. But y'all, now, I'm a woman, so some of my messages are going to be only for women. This just happens to be one of those messages, okay? Now, I'm on a weight loss journey, okay? So I'm currently on a weight loss journey, and I'm going to tell y'all the reason why I decided to, start eating better, I started, I always said I never wanted to live the type of life where I was counting calories all day long. Like, I just don't feel like that's no way to live. I don't want to wake up every day and count calories. Like, I gotta count this. It's like a point system. Like, I just didn't like that. But, I had to realize, like, Toya, you have children. You're a mother. Your children are small. You got to think about the long term. You cannot just keep putting whatever you want to put in your body and think that your body is gonna stay vibrant and healthy and strong. You gotta think logically. These bodies were not created to eat all of this junk and to eat all of this sugar and to just basically cram whatever we want to cram into our bodies and then say, oh, God got me, I'm in God's hand, God gonna work it out. No, that's not responsible. And I had to learn, Toya, you got to, regardless of what you don't want to do or you feel like that's no way to live, well, at least you're living. Because if you keep just cramming whatever you want to cram into your body, eventually, your body's not going to be able to stand that. And that's where these sicknesses and stuff are coming from. Eating all this processed food, eating all these sugars and all that type of stuff. Now, y'all, I'm still trying to learn the terminology of everything and how to understand all of this stuff with the macronutrients and carbohydrates and fats and sugars and protein and all that stuff. I'm still trying to understand all that. So I ain't finna talk about what I don't know because I'm still trying to understand that. But what I do understand, what I do understand as I was sitting here having my conversation with God, and like I said, I just wanted to invite y'all in on what I was talking about. What I do understand is no matter what your weight is, right? You got to love you. You got to love you. You got to fix your inner image. Before you can start fixing your outer image, and before you can start, oh, I got to lose this amount of weight and I got to lose that amount of weight, you just got to be happy with you. You got to love you. You got to accept you no matter what your weight is. And I'm speaking to my ladies because I know that this is a very sensitive topic for women, because I'm a woman and I am very sensitive about my weight as just about any other woman is. I understand some women aren't, but the majority of women are. Those of you that are, y'all know what I'm talking about. Let somebody come say something about your weight, baby. You ready to bite them folks' head off. You ready to snap them in two. Because they said, y'all know how people is sometimes. Oh, you're expecting, and you know you ain't pregnant, and they know you ain't pregnant. And then they want to say something slick talking about, oh, are you expecting? And that's another thing. Unless you absolutely know 100% that a person is pregnant and you have proof, don't ask them people that. Don't ask that lady that, because you don't know what's going on with that lady, and it might do look like she pregnant, but she just as well may not be pregnant. It may be just some health issues, or she may just packed on a few extra pounds, as a lot of us did during this quarantine. You packed on a couple more pounds. And so people can be cruel, people can be very mean. So this is why it's very important for you to love you, ladies. Whether you 300 pounds, whether you 200 pounds, whether you 125 pounds, whether you 550 pounds, you got to love you. You got to love yourself. And let me say this also, you can love yourself and still work on yourself. Just because you love yourself and you say, you know what, I'm good with me, baby, I love me, that don't mean that you just let yourself go and you just pack on the pounds and you just pack on the weight and you just put whatever you want to put into your body, and you sitting up there talking about, I ain't worried about what nobody got to say about me. I love me. Okay, if you love me, then if you love yourself, then you're gonna be more conscious of what you putting into your body. You're gonna be more conscious of listening to your body. And that was a big thing for me. That's how I knew it was time for me to make a shift in my eating. It was time for me to start working out regularly. It was time for me to break these generational curses that's been on my family, because I come from a family where we don't work out. We think that that's for other people. You know what I'm saying? We don't think we got to work out. This type of family I come from, we don't think that we got to eat right. We got to eat healthy. No, we in that kitchen. We eating them neck bones. We eating them collard greens. We eating that cornbread, baby. We eating that fried chicken. We got that sweet tea. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the upbringing. That's where I came from. And for a long time, I was able to eat like that, and it didn't bother me. But I realized, Toya, it was bothering you even when you thought that it wasn't bothering you. It was still bothering me. Because when a woman gets to a certain age, your metabolism going to start to slow down. So you thinking that you can keep eating the same way and it ain't going to catch up with you. Yes, baby, it's going to catch up with you. It's going to catch up with you, because your body is not meant to keep trying to break down and all those calories. It got to try to find something to do with all them calories, and then you not moving enough, you not being active enough. So you eating and then you sitting down, you're eating and then you going to bed. You see what I'm saying? So your body got to find something to do with all that energy, got to find something to do with all them calories that you just stuffed in it. And what it's going to do is it's going to start storing it. It starts storing it as fat. And after time, that accumulates. And then before you know it, you step on the scale and you the heaviest that you ever been. So what I'm saying is, ladies, we say that we love ourselves. We got to start treating ourselves that way. And I'm going to talk about this in the Healing and Self-Love for the Divine Woman course. Y'all make sure y'all look into getting the course. If you're listening to this before June the 25th, 2021, that is going to be the weekend for early bird registration. You can get the course at a special discounted price, June the 25th through the 27th. Make sure you join the email list, because I'm going to send out reminders through email so you do not miss it. But yeah, we're going to be talking about this type of stuff, because I had to learn that it's time to break the curse. It's time to stop it. And I'm going to tell y'all something about our children and us breaking these generational curses as women. Your baby, your daughter, she going to do what she see you do. I have an 8-year-old daughter. I realized that as I sat in this house every day and I didn't never work out, as I sat here and ate devil square pies, she was eating the pies too. She said, Mom, can I have a pie? And I give her a pie and I'm eating a pie. And we sitting here just cramming our bodies with just no good stuff. And then next thing you know, our stomach hurting, and we're not listening to our body. We thinking that we just feel bad. No, you feel bad because of what you're putting into your body. I would sit here and eat junk all day long. She'd be right there with me, eating it with me. We eating it together. But I realized that as I started working out more, because I try to do at least 45 minutes of cardio, 30 to 45 minutes of cardio, 3 to 4 times a week. So I started incorporating that, and I'm fasting every day. I'm doing the intermittent fasting. I'm on the 16-8. My eating window is from 12 to 8 p.m. And after 8 p.m., I don't have anything to eat until the next day at 12 p.m. That's when I break my fast. And I eat between that 8-hour window. So I haven't got my children on board with everything that I'm doing because, of course, they're not gonna do the fasting like that because they got to have breakfast when they wake up in the morning. But what I'm saying is, as she see me work out, she come into my office and she starts working out with me. She wants to work out with me. As she sees me drinking more water, I drink a gallon of water every day. As she sees me drinking this water, she starts drinking more water. So we can't just talk about how we want to break the generational curses. We have to become somebody else. We have to become that other woman. And in us becoming that, I learned that we don't have to actually tell our kids anything. All we have to do is become what we're trying to tell them to be. You just become that. And when your baby girl or your son see you doing that, they're going to naturally do what they see their parents do. They're going to naturally do it. Just like if they see you read all the time. If they see you listen to audiobooks all the time, they're going to naturally pick up on that habit. Why? Because it's in the household. That's what they're growing up seeing. So instead of us fussing at our kids about you need to do this, you need to do that, stop and ask yourself, am I doing it? Am I doing it? And not just every now and then, but am I doing it on a consistent basis? Because if you're doing it on a consistent basis, your children are going to naturally pick up on that. I mean, it's just the law of environment. It's whatever they see in their environment. That's what they're going to become. So what type of environment are you placing your kids into? You got to walk that out. You got to become that. And that's just something that I'm seeing and I'm noticing as I'm on my weight loss journey. My baby girl, she's on that journey right along with me. And, like I said, the parts that she's able to pick up on and start doing it, she's doing that. She's doing that. And that motivates me even more. That motivates me even more to eat healthy. That motivates me even more to work out because I see she's watching me. She's watching me and she's doing what she sees her mama do. But just as easily as she's doing that, if I lay on that couch all day long and eat devil square pies all day and keep M&Ms up under my pillow, Lord, let me tell y'all, God had to deliver me from that, y'all. Because I used to have them M&Ms up under my pillow. Ooh. And I reach up under that pillow, baby, about 12, midnight, 1 a.m. I reach up under that pillow and I snack on them M&Ms, baby, till I doze off. And just ignorance, just not even realizing what I'm doing to my body, thinking, oh, it's okay. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. And but see, it has to begin with a mindset shift. When you say you love yourself, you say you breaking generational curses, you can't break anything. You can't love yourself. You can't do any of that until you shift your mindset. Until you shift your mindset. So I want to tell all my ladies, if you have a goal weight that you want to be at, because I'm going to tell y'all, first and foremost, don't let yourself get to the point to where it's like, oh my goodness, I got to do something about this. Because see, that's what we'll do. We'll sit there and we'll eat and we'll eat and we'll eat. And a lot of times it's emotional eating. And I had to realize that I was emotional eating. I would be eating ice cream at midnight and 1 a.m. You know, you sitting there, you eating. I'm tell you how you know you emotional eating, because you eating and your mind ain't even really on the food. You thinking about, you know, a situation from your past. You thinking about that old relationship. You thinking about that divorce, and you just going in. And before you know it, you done ate 4 ice cream bars because back to back, because you sitting there thinking about, you know, how this man did you, or you know, how the chips fell and how everything turned out. So, and then you're emotional from all of that. And the eating makes you feel good. See, you should be eating just to keep your body sustained. And then once you full, you should be done with that. You got to know when you're full and how to know how to leave it alone. And I've learned that, and I am learning that. Portion control. Eat food in portions. Stop eating out of the bag. Stop eating just loading your plate with all type of stuff. Eat portions. Don't stuff your body, because a lot of this stuff we stuffing into our body, that's the reason why we feel low. That's the reason why we have no energy. That's the reason why we depressed. That's the reason why we sad, why we frustrated. It's because of all these chemicals and all of this processed food and all of this no good food that ain't even really food. It's just junk. And we stuffing it into our bodies. And then we wonder why our bodies feel this way. So it takes a mindset shift, ladies. You got to shift your mindset. You can no longer think the way you used to think 2 years ago, 5 years ago. If you want this weight to fall off of you, you got to change your mind. Your mind has to change. When you change your mind, your body is going to change. When you change your mind, your life is going to change. So you get your goal weight. Don't sit there and let yourself get to the heaviest point that you've ever been at, because a lot of times that's when we want to start trying to do something about it. When we look at ourselves and we just be like, okay, now this is ridiculous. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. We'll sit right there and let ourselves get to the point where we just say, now this is ridiculous. This is the heaviest I done ever been. And I'm telling y'all, now for many of you, it's going to be different, but I'm just going to tell you, speak from my own point of view, you know, speak from my own story. 220 pounds, that was my heaviest. That was my heaviest. And I sat there and I let myself get to that point thinking, okay, I got to do something about this. Nope, Toy, you got to do something about this now. I ain't never, and to those of you that are, you know, you watching me now, you follow me now, I just want to let y'all know, I always was the skinny girl, okay? You could ask anybody that knew me back in the day, knew me growing up. I was always the skinny girl. And so skinny, I had nicknames like stick leg sis. You know, that was just me, because I had the stick legs, I had the stick arms. I was just like the stick girl. I was always skinny. And so just recently in the last 3 to 4 years, that was when I started packing on the weight. I started gaining the weight. And I ain't gonna tell y'all no story. At first, I thought it was cute. I thought it was cute, because when you've been the skinny girl all your life and you start packing on a little weight, it's like, okay, you know, I ain't skinny no more. Okay, I ain't stick leg sis no more. But baby, when I tell y'all, it went overboard real quick. It went overboard real quick, baby. I don't know what it is, but it's easier to gain weight than it is to lose weight. Let me just tell y'all, because when I tell y'all, it came on so fast, and I got to the point where I was just like, nope, I ain't about to do this. This was cute at first, but this ain't cute no more. Being overweight ain't cute no more. And then I had to realize, Toya, you are an ambassador for Christ. Y'all, we got to understand that you are an ambassador for Christ. You are here to represent Christ on earth. You are here to walk out the kingdom of heaven on earth as it is in heaven. It should be done on earth through you. The Bible says, let this mind be in you that was also in Christ Jesus. Jesus went overweight because Jesus was busy. See, we got to be busy. We got to be active. We got to be in our purpose. And then you got to have the right mindset. Jesus had the right mindset. And when you walking in the right mindset, baby, anything that's toxic, Anything that's unhealthy is going to naturally fall off of you because you do not have the mindset to sustain that. Once your mind changes, the weight, the toxicity, the toxins in your body, all of this stuff is going to drop off of you because the circumstances cannot exist with a mindset that does not allow them to exist. So whatever it is on you or in you, you got to understand that it's still there because there's a belief, there's something in your mind that allows that to exist. Because if your mind changes, no way that will be able to stay on you. You're going to get up and start doing stuff that's going to lead to that weight falling off of you. Or you're going to get up and start doing stuff that's going to lead to that toxicity, being broken away from you. And even toxins in your body. I mean, y'all, I'm telling y'all, we be surprised. You'll be surprised what's in your body right now. You'll be surprised. But when you shift your mindset and you come into a renewed way of thinking, you are born again. You are renewed by the transforming of your mind. You're going to see things that you weren't even aware of in your life, things that you weren't even aware of in your body that were harmful, that were toxic. They're going to start breaking off of you. They're going to start falling off of you because once your mind changes, a new mind is not going to allow that reality to exist for you anymore. You're going to create a new reality, but it has to start with your mind. So if you done got to the point where you just at that point where you say this is the heaviest I've ever been, like I said, for me, it was 220 pounds. And you start looking at yourself in the mirror and you say, I don't even recognize me no more. This ain't me. Now, if you good with that, then that's wonderful. You good. But if you looking at yourself in the mirror and you're not quite loving what you see, let me tell y'all, you owe it to yourself to work on that. You owe it to yourself to change that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It ain't nothing wrong with that. And one of the things that I love about Tony Gaskins, he said you got to work on the 3 B's. Tony Gaskins, you got to work on the 3 B's. The brain, the brand, the body. The brain, the brand, the body. And I told the Lord, I said, Lord, now I done worked on the brain. I done worked on the brand. Now, Lord said, it's time for you to work on this body. And for many of you, God's speaking the same thing to you. You got everything together, but you got them last 40 pounds that you know you need to drop. Or you got them last 50 pounds that you know you need to drop. Or maybe it ain't but 5 or 10 pounds that you know you need to drop. Any area of your life that needs improvement, work on that. Work on that. That's part of loving you. That's part of loving yourself. And then you get to that point, like I said, well, you say, this is ridiculous. Okay, don't sit there and sulk in that. Don't sit there and say, oh, I'm 220 pounds. Oh, I'm 350 pounds. And you sitting there crying, eating a dozen glazed donuts like I was doing. Sitting up there crying, still eating them donuts. Oh, I'm 220 pounds. Put the donuts down and get up and do something about it. Get up and do something about it. And I'm not fussing at anybody as I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself. As I'm getting on to y'all, I'm getting on to myself. Because we can't be sitting on here talking about we know God and God is this and that. And then we're overweight. Come on now. We're overweight. So I challenge each and every one of y'all to get on this bandwagon with me. Get on this health journey with me. Set your goal weight. And let me tell you something. If you know your mind is not where it needs to be, then this is what you need to say. You need to set your goal. If your mindset is not where it needs to be, before you try to start dieting, before you try to get on the OMAD, 1 meal a day, before you try to get on the keto, the paleo, whatever, before you try to start any diet or get on any treadmill, this is the first thing I want you to do. I want you to set your goal weight. What is your goal weight? What is the weight that you want to be? You write that down and you write an affirmation for that. And you say, I am so happy and grateful now that I am X amount of pounds. I am so happy and grateful now that I am 40 pounds lighter, 50 pounds lighter. And you speak that over and over and over every day. You write it down. You put it on your vision board. You get a visual. If you have a picture of you when you were skinny, Put that picture up and look at that picture every day and speak that affirmation. If you've never been skinny, then put a picture of somebody that you would like to be their goal weight. You would like to be their weight, and speak it every day. I am so happy and grateful now that I am X amount of pounds. Speak it every single day. That's how you start getting your mindset ready for what's getting ready to take place, because you can't snap your fingers and be that goal weight. It's going to take a process. So you got to start conditioning your mind for the process. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take sweat. It's going to take dedication. And your mind has to be conditioned for that, because if not, you're going to give up when it get hard. You're going to give up and you're going to go back to them donuts. You're going to give up and you're going to go back to them devil square pies, them little Debbie pies. Y'all help me, Lord Jesus, because I love them little Debbie pies. Do you understand me? But the Lord said you got to put that down, baby. You got to put that down. How you think you're going to live 10, 20, 30 more years if you keep stuffing your body with that stuff? You got to put that down. You got to put it down. And you got to get in your purpose, because if you don't have purpose, you're going to go back to that unnecessary eating. You're going to go back to it. See, purpose consumes you so much till you forget to eat. It ain't going to be hard for you to fast when you're in your purpose. So we got to not only say we love ourselves, ladies, but we got to start doing the work. We got to start doing the work. And keep in mind, we're not doing this. You're not doing this to attract a man. You're not doing this to look more sexy, to bait a man or catch a man or get back at anybody. No, you're doing this for you. You're doing this for your health. You're doing this for your children. You're doing this to break the generational curses off of your family. This is why you're doing this. And then I'm going to tell you, start loving yourself. Tell yourself, I am loved. I love me. If you 350 pounds and you hate your weight, tell yourself, I love me. I am loved. I am beautiful. I am happy. Because I had to learn at 200, when I was 220 pounds. Now, I done lost a few since I've been on my journey these last few weeks. But when I was 220 pounds, I had to tell myself, I love me. I love me. I love me right now. Because, see, you got to love you at 220 pounds, or when you get to 170, when you get to 160, you're going to find something. You still going to find something to nitpick about. Why? Because you have not fixed your inner image. You have not fixed your mindset. So you got to fix your mindset first, ladies. You could lose 200 pounds and still hate yourself. So you got to fix your inner. Because if the inner image doesn't change, it don't matter how much you change on the outside. You could go get plastic surgery. You could go get lipo. They could suck 300 pounds off of you and you still going to hate yourself. Because you have not been transformed by the renewing of your mind. So love you. Love you. And when you love you for you, the pounds are going to fall off anyway. They're going to fall off anyway because you're going to do things that pour into you. You're going to put healthy food in your body. You're not going to put toxic food in your body because you love you. So get it in your mind first. That's why the Bible tells us, seek ye first the kingdom of God, because the kingdom of God is within you. It is your mindset. It is the right mentality. It's a way of life. It's a lifestyle. So if you get it in your mind, you get it internally, naturally, you're going to start to prosper on the outside. Naturally, the weight will fall off. Naturally, you will start eating right. Naturally, you will start working out. Because it's in your mind, and the mind is going to be telling you, the mind is going to be driving you to do the things that are going to pull that weight off of you. That's going to burn that weight off of you. But if you just get up and say, I got to lose some weight, and you try to go and get on the diet they tell you to get on, and you try to go exercise like they tell you to exercise, but you have not gotten your mind right, you are not going to be able to sustain that. As soon as it get hard, you're going to give up. So speak that affirmation every single day. Every single day. And I'm going to put this recording in the course too. Because y'all need to hear this. Y'all need to hear this. It's important that you get it in your mind first. That's where everything flows from. That's where it flows from. So love you, ladies. And forget what anybody got to say. Forget these men and these folks, some of these men out here that's talking about, oh, you 5'2" and you 300 pounds and you got 3 kids and all that stuff. Okay, but love you, baby. Don't worry about what he got to say. Love you. Do you love you? Have you fixed your mindset? I'm talking to the ladies. Have you fixed your mindset? Worry about you and love you. If you love you at 300 pounds and 5'2", then you love you. You love you. And if you love you, but you don't quite like where you are right now with your weight, then you work on that. But don't start working on that until you fix your mind first, because you're going to give up when it get hard. I'm telling y'all, because this is the hardest thing I've ever done. Losing weight. It is a daily practice that you got to put into place. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, and it's not easy to change your lifestyle. So you got to make sure your mindset is right. And as long as you love you, you're going to naturally attract what belongs to you. As long as you love you, you're going to naturally get everything that belongs to you and everything your heart desires. I love y'all so much. I am Latoya Okia. Ladies, make sure y'all get this course, baby. If you watching this after June the 25th or listening to this after June the 25th, make sure you click the link in the description and purchase the course. If it's before June the 25th, make sure you join the email list. Join the email list either way so you can get the notifications for the course dropping. Okay, I love y'all so much. I'll check in with y'all later.